G'day, Anders Sorman-Nilsson here, Global Futurist, broadcasting today from Singapore, where I'm hanging out in this fantastic apartment. I'm broadcasting today from my bedroom in my AirBnB apartment. And I want to talk a little bit about Airbnb today because it's redefining the way we travel. And it's redefining travel in a way that's very digilog. In fact, they're innovating at the intersection between digital search, which appeals to the consumer's increasingly digitized, rational minds, but it's also Airbnb as a brand that is connecting with our enduringly emotional analog hearts. And let me explore with you why. I've been using Airbnb, a collaborative consumption travel platform, for the last 4 years now. And what strikes me as someone who has the benefit and the privilege of spending a lot of time in large corporate and more boutique hotels all around the world is the fact that I still opt to use Airbnb. As someone who travels 220 plus days a year for the last few years, the reason I choose to use Airbnb on the digital side is firstly the convenience, the reviews, the transparency, the local tips and recommendations you get from travelers who've visited a particular apartment, like this one that belongs to Bianca Overy here in Singapore. But the other thing that I really like about Airbnb is the sense of local analog trust. The fact that the reviews also give me analog trust and soothes my enduringly emotional analog heart. It connects me with the person who is endorsed by the reviews and the endorsements they get through Airbnb, but also the digital trust that gets transferred to the real human being that I meet upon check-in this instance, Bianca, who I've stayed with many times before here in Singapore. Now, the interesting thing here is that I'm opting not to spend my corporate dollars in this instance in some of the larger hotel chains, many of which I'm supposedly an enduringly loyal client of because I have all the frequent flyer or the frequent visitors cards in my wallet. Yet I want a really local experience here, one that's very analog, one that's very high touch, one that's very face to face. So Bianca makes me breakfast every morning. She inquires about my day. It's almost staying with a beloved aunt. And this is really important because the digital is what gives me the confidence to go and visit someone new on Airbnb. But Airbnb has managed to build this global platform where I as a consumer and Bianca as the landlord are able to connect via a digitally verifiable trust network. It's kind of like the eBay for travel. And what I love about Airbnb is that they've realized that when the digital and the analog converge in the digilog, this is really where the battle for the hearts and the minds of tomorrow's consumers really happens and is won or lost. And what Airbnb, Bianca and myself are benefiting from is the fact that trust is no longer an issue through this extremely digilog platform. This is at the core of innovation, and this gives me great hope for the travel industry as a whole as we look toward the horizon. Look to Airbnb for new developments and new innovations when it comes to travel and hospitality and hotels. Ciao.